What's up, guys? Today I want to talk about what makes a motorcycle boot a motorcycle boot. As you can tell by the intro, these guys have seen better days. This is the Chippewa collaboration with Huckberry. I will be on my way in about... Set that aside. Back to the boots. Chippewa collaboration with Huckberry. Picked these guys up because I like the color and I wanted to see what Chippewa had to offer. Great boot. It actually matches my gloves. I did not plan on that. Question out there to start the video: what makes a motorcycle boot a motorcycle boot? Leather, Kevlar lined? Is it XTM fabric lined? Is it collision proof? Is it ankle ready for a crash? What makes a motorcycle boot a motorcycle boot? A lot of different answers out there. Some people ride bare feet. Not people with bare feet. Barefoot people versus ultra boot protection, protect your feet. I think I reside somewhere in the middle. I typically wear a leather boot. I either wear a Chippewa, a Red Wing, or a Wolverine. Wolverine, Red Wing, Chippewa, right here. That's it for now. I'll come back, I'll condition these. They definitely need it. It's a beautiful day outside. I'm wearing the Texas tuxedo, Canadian tuxedo, whatever you want to call it. It's by Saint. Maybe I'll give these guys a review later on. So it started sprinkling outside and I wandered upstairs to just check and see if I had conditioner. Turns out, I don't. I lent it to Josh and he still has it. And you know what? He moved, so I can't go get it. I guess today's ride is gonna be going to the store to get leather conditioner. I think I'm gonna use Leather Honey. Local stores. Leather Honey, here I come. Well, after the rain stops. Yes, I'm a fair weather rider. If you're a fair weather rider as well, let me know in the poll up there. Bing. So this is the weather right now, kind of rainy, 100%. It's gonna be raining for about an hour and a half. What are we gonna do? Make some coffee. You know what though? We're not gonna be making coffee in my kitchen because it's a wreck. We're just gonna, eat the coffee beans. We're not gonna do that. Instead, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make coffee in my living room. I'll show you my technique to do some pour over coffee. Follow along if you want. Today's coffee we're brewing is brought to you by Proud Hound. Look at that packaging. Look at that packaging. Put it in an airtight container, baby. I'll link this down in the description. Let's quickly run through what all you need, have it in front of me, to make this coffee. First, you'll need coffee beans. Then you'll need a grinder to grind them, which is not pictured here. A glass with some sort of metallic structure that you will put in water. Your brewing method. In this case, this is the Hario V60 with a number 2 filter and your canister to contain it. Your method of boil. In this case, I use the Hario kettle. A scale. Scale is pretty critical in this whole method to get your timing as well as your weight accurate. And lastly, what you'll need is your mug to enjoy. Let's brew some coffee. Starting off with fresh beans. Now for the ratio of this recipe, I'm gonna do 60 grams of coffee beans to 1 liter of output liquid. So we're gonna do half of that. I'm gonna put 30 grams of coffee into this thing, 47. 30.0. Now we take this to the grinder. Now you're probably wondering what this tiny whisk is for. This tiny itty bitty whisk is for no static in your beans when you grind them. Put it in some water and then you stir it in your beans. What that will do is kill off the static so you don't get spray everywhere. Little tip I picked up on the YouTubes. Let's go grind these beans. That is a coarse setting grind. Now we have our beans, we'll set them aside and start the water. We'll take some of the boiling or near boiling water to preheat this Hario V60. I'm gonna go get some boiling water. We got our boiling water. Don't hold it too close to your face. Just preheat here. We're doing that to wet the filter as well as heat up the decanter so it is warm whenever the coffee hits it. I have poured out the decanter water so it is dry. What we're gonna do is put our 30 grams of ground coffee into the filter and zero out everything. Now we're ready to brew. With boiling water or near boiling water, you're going to start the timer and go in circles to do the bloom. You want about 60 grams of water. I got 74. Shoot me. Give it a swirl. In this phase, what we're trying to do is bring out all of the carbon dioxide. At about 30 seconds, 40 seconds or so, you're gonna start the next phase. This is when you wanna have about 60% of your water in this by a minute 15. So if you look down here, we got about a minute on the clock. We wanna have almost 300 grams of water. But we also want to swirl the coffee in the V60 as it brews to make sure all the beans on the side get the water. Finally, you start your third pour to finish out the remaining amount of liquid. Here you're shooting for a very, very slow pour to complete the pouring by around 2:30. Recipe calls for 500 grams, so we're gonna let this brew and swirl a little bit. So that completes the brew process. Give it a little swirl to make sure at the end of the brew cycle you have a flat bottom brew. That's the goal. By about 3.5 minutes, depending on your filter paper, depending on your grind size, depending on your type of coffee, and then you realize it stopped dripping. You hear that? I don't hear anything. Flat bottom. What's left to do? Pour yourself a glass and enjoy. What a great sound. Hot as shit. Oh yeah, cheers. Just over here watching Tiger King while I wait for the rain to stop. Leather honey. I probably should take this off. So, I didn't get too wet on that ride. It poured for like a second and then was bright as day. We need to clean these guys. Haven't cleaned them or conditioned them in, I don't know, probably a year. We need a few tools. Horsehair brush, initial cleaning rag. This is what I went and got. Leather honey, and then microfiber, some sort of applicator, rag. This one's pretty dirty, so I chose to use this one. Let's get these babies off. Look at all that wear. Gonna be brand new soon. What I'm gonna do now is take this horsehair brush and get all the dirts out of the cracks and out of the fine areas in this boot. Turn on the fast-paced mode so I don't have to like actually do this. Now I'm gonna take out these laces. I should have done this in the first place. I like to get in every crevice and actually just clean the leather in general with the horsehair brush. Won't hurt. If you have some problem areas with high dirt, go ahead and dampen that cloth and go to town. I got some like paint or mud or something in here. You probably should read directions before you start something, right? Yes. It says to use a lint-free applicator. There's lint all over that. Let me go get a new lint-free microfiber. All right, lint-free microfiber cloth. Of course. Apply a small amount, this much. Okay, this is kind of like honey. I probably put way too much on here. So we're gonna rub this in. It's definitely gonna darken the leather. Now I'm just going to town. I don't know what I'm doing. Applying this leather honey. It's kind of hard to spread. I got hot doing that. These are them. They were a little bit lighter in shade before I did that. It probably took me 5 minutes to do the whole rubbing of the leather honey. Leather honey is a little bit different than Chamberlain's milk. So the conditioning milk, it's more viscous, it's thicker. Maybe that's why it's called honey. It's harder to spread. That's why I was sweating while doing it. It says at minimum to leave them set for 2 hours or overnight. I'm gonna let them sit for overnight because it's 8:30 and I don't want to do anything but veg out, watch the rest of Tiger King. Thanks for joining me on that journey to clean my boots. Let's circle back all the way to the beginning of this video. What makes a motorcycle boot? I respond to everybody in the comments, so tell me what you guys are wearing, tell me what I should be wearing, tell me what I need to check out, tell me what you guys are excited for. I end up buying all the gear because I'm a gearhead. Is that where that term comes from? If you stuck around until the end, appreciate you guys watching. Until the next one, peace. Oh yeah, I forgot. I actually have these mugs available online for sale. If you want to check it out. If you're a caffeine, gasoline lover like myself, check out the link below. Till then, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.